Well, thank you very much, Tarima. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, you're clear.
Thank you very much, and a very good morning to you and distinguished guests, the moderator, our colleagues and friends from different parts of the world. It could be good morning, it could be good afternoon, and indeed could be good evening, depending on where in the world you're joining from. Let me start by saying that on behalf of the Partners in Population Development and the Government of the Republic of South Africa, as the current chair of Partners in Population Development, it is my pleasure to welcome you into this webinar. Let me start by congratulating UNFPA and PPD for jointly organizing this important webinar, which I think is really timely. I would also like to particularly extend a special thanks to the UNFPA for this unwavering support and partnership to the cause of South-South and triangular cooperation. Ladies and gentlemen, as many of you know, the main goal of PPD is to promote and strengthen the population and reproductive health agenda for sustainable development within the frameworks of the Sustainable Development Goals and the ICPD. Therefore, one of PPD's strategic focus revolves around fostering and investing in the meaningful engagement of youth as an important sector of the population for our collective future. Youth are a significant group in the world. 42% of people are under the age of 25. 60% of the global youth population reside in developing countries, representing a brief window of opportunity to reap the full benefits of the demographic dividend. Given that we take timely steps to empower and mobilize our young people to be active citizens in the global community. Just a second, my apologies. I'm back. Apologies. Technology got the better of me. Most important to this is the full realization of the sexual and reproductive health and rights of adolescents and youth to facilitate gains in their health, well-being, and education attainment. Long-term investments in the health of adolescents and youth, including in their sexual and reproductive health, can help accelerate economic growth when combined with the appropriate investments in education and economic planning. However, with the COVID-19 pandemic, most developing countries have experienced decreasing investments in adolescents and young people's sexual and reproductive health rights and services, and adverse outcomes of unwanted pregnancies, gender-based violence, school dropouts, child labor, and child marriages, amongst others. Ladies and gentlemen, with these challenges, the youth worldwide are increasingly becoming active, innovative, and responsible global players in response to the pandemic. Despite inclusive and meaningful youth engagement remaining a challenge across the world due to a range of factors, including gender, ethnicity, social norms, political regime, and geopolitical context, majority of youth remain beneficiaries of decision makers who hardly represent them. And in PPD, we believe that it is time to integrate the youth into our population and reproductive health agenda and make space for the new generation. This webinar is one of a series of activities that we will have and will continue to undertake in an effort to facilitate intergenerational solidarity. Just last week, we participated in the Global South-South Expo in Bangkok, Thailand. And our message was very clear. Youth are the future, and we have a responsibility to co-create with platforms, programs, and policies that are all inclusive if we want to achieve a better world for all. Just about 3 days ago here in New York, the African continent launched an initiative which is called Energize Africa, which is aimed at modernizing Africa's public servants and establishing innovative hubs in every country to commercialize technology and accelerate the scaling of business solutions to developmental challenges. And again, the focus is creating skills for the economy, primarily for young people, as the highest unemployment demographics point to young people. As we say back home in South Africa, nothing about us without us. And I categorize myself as us, as one of the youngest director generals in the country at the moment, which really shows that we are practically implementing this. In conclusion, I would like to extend my gratitude to the panelists present here today. It continues to please me to see how young people have excelled at spreading evidence-based and scientific information on the pandemic through online platforms such as this. And today's webinar is a good example of that. I am very excited to hear not only what these speakers have to say, but also to teach us so that we can take some lessons that we would get from them. And as we recover from the pandemic and prepare ourselves to meet a host of new challenges, we hope that we do not have to tread this path alone, but are accompanied by young people from all around the world who would, however, change the course of humanity for the better with their activism, creativity and innovation, energy and passion, technology, and indeed solidarity. So on that note, I'd like to congratulate partners in population development as well as UNFPA, and I'm very confident that we can build on such partnerships to make sure that we galvanize young people to be much more active, not just in the economy, but in spreading solidarity across the world and making sure that we are able to incorporate and co-create with them, as I indicated, programs that are developmental and to ensure that we take everybody along as we rise. Thank you very much.